I figured out sports betting, and it's coming at a perfect time because sports betting is almost at its peak in America, and people have no idea exactly what to do. But luckily, I made this video for you, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I'm successful in sports betting and how I figured it out by applying probability to the equation of finding my plays and being able to win at a high percentage. So without further ado, let's jump over to the whiteboard and I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can get that done. All right, so first off, let's talk about the first thing here, implied probability. All right, what is implied probability? What does that mean? That means that the event of something occurring, the percent of the event of something occurring. So how do we adapt that to sports betting? How do we find that with sports betting? All right, well, I'm going to show you the numbers on here, but I also have a PDF in our app. So click the link in the description if you want the PDF in there that gives you all these percentages as well for implied probability. So first off, I'm just going to kind of just do some rough numbers here, okay? Not exact, but a minus 200, for example, has a 66% implied probability. All right, a minus 250 has 71% implied probability. Minus 300 has a 75% implied probability. So right off the bat, when you see these odds and these odds jump up, you'll see odds like this every single day. Okay, 66% for minus 200 means that that's the percent that the play should win. Okay, whether it's a money line, player prop, total, spread, alternate total, that's the percent that it should win. Now, here is the difference between implied probability and what you need to be looking at, because most people make this mistake. They don't even, first off, they don't even understand what this part is. They don't get that these have certain percentages of being able to win. But they'll take these plays blindly, thinking that this is the percent they're going to win long term. So this is where the sportsbooks get you at, because yes, there's an implied probability that minus 300 is going to win 75% of the time, but it's not always true. That's where they get you. Now there are plays that have a probability that's higher than what their implied probability is. Okay, that is where you make money. Where you lose money is when the implied probability and the real probability is lower. So for example, let's say a play is a minus 200 with a 66% implied probability, but when you look, and this is primarily looking at player props, okay, primarily player props. When you look deeper into a player prop, let's say this guy that's minus 200, his actual probability is like 60% that he's going to hit that certain player prop that's at minus 200. So what do you get here? You have a negative 6% edge. So what happens here is people will play this type of play long term thinking that they're getting this type of probability, and they're not. And what are they doing? They're bleeding out by 6% every time. Their edge is just in reverse, and they're slowly bleeding out. Like they're winning 60% of the time, but because it's minus 200, they are losing money every single time. So this is a common mistake in sports betting that most people see. Now, another example is the classic minus 110 line, right? That has an implied probability of about 53%. That's what you need to really hit around that range to break even. Okay, it's like 52.4 or something like that. So minus 110, a lot of people don't understand this. When they go and they look deeper into a minus 110 play, sometimes you find that the probability, most of the time, because like I said, I've did this for years upon years, 5 to 10 years of research on this stuff, 50% of the time is what you get here with a minus 110. So what's going on here? People are thinking that they're getting this, and they're actually getting this, which is a negative 3%. So what are they doing? They're bleeding out again. Same thing, bleeding out. So when you're in this cycle, which a lot of sports bettors are, you're bleeding out. You're thinking that you're doing it the correct way, but you're not. You're bleeding out slowly, okay? So when you are not tracking your stuff as well, you're not even realizing that you're bleeding out slowly. And when you get your wins, you think, oh yeah, I won, like I'm doing pretty good. But overall, you're really not. You're slowly losing money long term. Now, let's go ahead and discuss what true probability is, this number right here, what that means, okay? Because that's the most important number that you need to understand, is the true probability behind something. All right, the true probability is the percent that that event is actually going to occur. It's not implied that the chance that it might happen. This is the number where this is probably what's going to happen long term. Okay? So like I said before, if you had a minus 200 with the implied probability of 66%, if you find the play, this is where you win. You have to find the plays. I'll draw them all out so that way everybody doesn't get stuck on just one number here. 71%, 75%. Where you win is when you can find the plays here that equal a higher number than the implied probability. So for example, a minus 200 prop play, reverse engineered, and you found a player prop that's at minus 200, that has a 66% implied probability, but when you looked further and deeper into the statistics, into the stats, you found out that it actually has a 71% chance of winning. So now, what are you getting here? You're getting a plus 5% edge. Now you're doing the opposite of slowly bleeding out. You're slowly gaining money. This is where you're able to win, finding plays like that. Okay? You have to be able to find these type of numbers, but you need to find plays that are going to give you the edge, the plus edge. Most people can't find these plays, okay? They can't find these to give you the plus edge. Hence the reason why I always tell you guys, if you want to learn from me exactly how to do it, you click the link down in the description because I teach everybody exactly how to find the true probability of all these plays. But I'm going to tell you right now, we're so busy that if you book a call, if you click that link down below and book a call, you need to come to that phone call ready to join the team. If you don't, you're going to get pushed aside and somebody else is going to take your spot. Just the way that it is, okay? There are so many people looking to join right now. I don't even have enough people to be able to talk to people. So you might be lucky enough I jump on the phone other than somebody else, all right? Because there's so many people looking to try to figure out this strategy and find the strategy and adapt it to the sports betting. Because this is the only way you're going to win. It's the only way. Everything that's being taught to you guys out there is complete bull. Nobody's showing you exactly what to do because they don't know what to do, okay? Most of your sports bettors that are on the internet, on TV, they're not real sports bettors. They don't know what any of this even is. I'm speaking gibberish to most of them, all right? Most of them are just guessing, hoping that they win a play. That's not what I'm doing. I am finding an edge statistically and implying that edge, and I'm expected to hit like this play 71% of the time. I can expect that to win that 71% of the time if I find the plays that are like this. There's no guesswork in it. Okay, you don't feel that emotion of like, oh, is this going to win or is it not? Your percentages stay true. It's all down to just percentages. Most of the people on the internet, if you pay attention, most of them give you an affiliate code for a sports book. They give you bad advice and then they hook you with an affiliate code. Why? Because they make a certain amount of money off of you losing at the sports book, so they give you bad advice so you can go bet at the sports book that you're connected to them and they get some of your losses, and that's how they get paid. So remember that. Next time you guys are on TV, you see the commercials, you see the stuff on the internet, remember that stuff. All right? This right here, nobody's teaching this stuff. This is what they don't want you to know. They do not want you to know how to find a true probability to an implied probability and find that edge. So this example right here can be the same thing for all of these. All right, a minus 300 play here. Now this is where, if you watch the show that I have, the F-bombs come into play sometimes. All right, because what will happen here, and I'll actually show you guys. We're going to go into the bet tracker, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how this is all possible, because a lot of people do not think it's possible to hit these type of percentages long term. They don't think it's possible. I'm going to show you guys. I've been doing this for 5 to 10 years now, and guess what? It's 100% possible, and have yet to be banned at any sports book as well, because if you watch my other videos, I showed you exactly how you could avoid that as well. Now, like I said, the F-bomb plays that you guys see sometimes in the show, what are they? Plays that hit crazy high percentage. All right, so 84%, let's say just for example, there's a couple that I've had that for this month. 84% true probability to an implied probability of 75%. What do you get there? That's a plus 9% edge. The bigger the edge, obviously, the bigger margin of profit that there's going to be there. Okay, so you have to understand this. Look, 75% implied probability on minus 300 play. But because, like I said, not every single minus 300 play is true to that percentage. They're not all true to these percentages. Okay, you have to find the ones that give you the edge. There could be a play out there, and there is, right now as we're speaking, there's a minus 300 that has an implied probability of 75%, that has a true percentage in the 80% range. Right now, as we're talking, as you're watching this video, there's one of these plays on the sports books, all right? And you just got to be able to find it, because then when you do, guess what? Giving yourself an edge. Now, again, instead of slowly bleeding out, we're doing the complete opposite, all right? We are slowly growing. Look, you're slowly growing instead of going this way and bleeding out. Remember that. When you follow exactly what it is that I'm showing you, you are going to consistently win. You are not going to consistently lose, because you finding a plus edge with the right true probability percentage, you don't have to worry about if the play is going to hit or if it's not. You just worry about the percentage. 7 out of 10 times I'm going to hit this. 8 out of 10 times I'm going to hit this. Now, how is this possible, and how do you make money with doing this? I'm going to show you guys that as well. How do you make money doing this? Because so many people are like, well, if you lose one bet, you got to win 2 to recoup it or whatnot. So let's go ahead and show you how that's possible, because a lot of people don't believe it is. Let's just say, let's go to minus 200 for an example. Let's say you're betting $1,000. What are you going to win there? You're going to win 500 bucks off that. Okay? Let's put down 4 of those games. Now, of course, I'm not saying you go out there and just strictly stick to minus 200 plays. I'm not saying that. I'm just going average odds here. And I'm using this number because it's easy math-wise to write for you guys. All right, so let's say we win, we lose, we win. What happens here? All right? So, right here, we win, we're plus 500. We win, we're plus 1,000. We lose, we're at even. We win, we're at plus 500. This is hitting what? 75% of the time. Look what happens here. You won, you lost. Oh man, that sucks. I'm back to even. But then I won the next one. Now I'm up 500 bucks. This is hitting 75% of the time. You do this long term, you're slowly adding $500 in increments of 4 games to your bankroll. So you're slowly winning and building up. Now this adapts to any bankroll, obviously. If you have 100 bucks, that's $50. All right? But you're slowly adding to your bankroll if you're hitting this number long term. Now obviously, that don't mean that every 4 plays you put in, you're going to win 3 and lose 1. What happens is sometimes you'll win 5, 6, 7, 8 plays in a row. I mean, I think the beginning of this year, I went like 16 straight wins. You can put together long streaks, and then you could lose a couple here and there because you could afford to. And guess what? You're still going to be ahead. You're still going to be making money. You just have to be able to long term hit these numbers. Okay? This is just an example of hitting 75% at minus 200. Okay? You might not exactly clear 75% long term at minus 200 plays across the board. Maybe it's 72, maybe it's 71-ish, percentage. So maybe if you're doing this, your profit's a little bit lower. You know, it's $200, $300, but it's slow increments. That's how you win in sports betting. You win in sports betting by taking small wins and adding them long term. Similar to a stock market. It's the same thing as a stock. You put your money into a stock and it's rising 1% every month. It's slowly, gradually increasing. Okay? You're not putting $1,000 on a game because you have a $1,000 bankroll and hoping that you double your money and you get 100% profit. You're not doing that. That's not how you win. Yeah, it could work for you maybe, but guess what? The next time you do it, you're going to lose. That's the way that it goes. So this is how it's possible to be able to make money in sports betting in slow increments. If you're looking for quick money, you're looking to make money real quick, flip your paycheck, this video is not for you. Sports betting is not for you, okay? Because long term, you're going to lose your money. You're going to go zero, all right? It happens all the time. I've dealt with thousands of people. So many people think that betting, gambling, this is why I hate when they say gambling, because what I do is not gambling. It's calculated risk, what I do. They're probability percentages. It's calculated. It's not gambling. Gambling is flipping a coin and hoping that you win. That's not what this is. This is calculated risk over time. And like I said, you hit this number right here. I just showed you right here. 3 out of 4 plays. Long term, if you're hitting this number, that's what this looks like. And you're gradually making some money. Now people will look at it this way. Well, I bet 4 plays at $1,000 a piece. So that means I wagered $4,000 and I only ended up making $500. Guess what? You made a profit. Where somebody else would go put $1,000 on one game because that was their bankroll and lose, and they'd be down $1,000. They'd have no money. All right? So this is how you could take this right here and adapt it to any size, unit size, any size bankroll. Obviously, the smaller the unit size, the smaller the profit, the longer it takes to gain more money. But money makes money. Remember that. Money makes money. If you don't got no money, you're not going to make any money. That's the way that it goes. That's why people love to gamble, because they don't have no money and they're trying to get a big sum of money out of a small amount. And guess what? They always end up losing. All right? So many people I jump on the phone with talk about their 16 parlays, 17 parlays. These aren't parlays. These are all straight bets. Your parlays aren't going to hit. Face it, you guys suck. Your parlays are not going to hit. You're not going to win your parlays. You're not going to make money long term. You're going to get stuck in a vicious cycle and just keep donating. And guess what? Sports books are just going to laugh at you and just keep taking your cash. All right? Now let's go into an example of what a true probability play looks like in real life. We're going to use the Super Bowl, for example, because I had one, in case you guys didn't see, 6-2 on the Super Bowl with all high percentage plays. All right, high percentage plays, that's all it was. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at one of the plays here. Mahomes. Now, I don't really remember the exact numbers for what he's hit and stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys an example of how this works. All right, this is one of the plays. We had Mahomes under 280 passing yards at minus 220. So implied probability is about like 67, 68%, we'll say. All right, we'll say that's the implied probability there. So what did I do? I was able to figure out exactly what the true probability was of this in that matchup that he was going against the Eagles. All right. This is another huge mistake that I see on betting apps, all these AI apps and everything that I see people come across is like, oh, well, let's just take a look at this. L10. What does that mean? The last 10. Let's take a look at the last 10 of the stats, and let's base our percentages off of that. That right there, not going to work. Your last 10 is not going to work. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Not enough data. All right? Like I said, I've been doing this for years. Countless years. Last 10, not enough data, not going to work. A lot of people, a lot of apps think that this is your key. It's not. It's not your key. You need the whole season data. Sometimes you need the prior season's data. Okay? If they're on the same team with the same surroundings, you could use prior season data. But you need a lot of data to calculate a true probability percentage. So, for example, let's say this Mahomes play, it was under, everybody knows this 1-1, right? So he was under 280 passing yards. It was a 68% implied probability. But what did I find? I found that it was a 72% true probability. All right? What did that give me? That gave me a plus 4% edge. So what does that mean? That means long term, me doing this is going to win, right? That's what that means. Long term, me doing that, I'm going to win a little bit every time. So what happened? You ended up winning that one, obviously, right? How did I come up with that? Data from that season and the past season, and data against similar defenses of what he's playing as well. You have to run that type of data. You have to run all that type of data, okay? Not just the top layer. A lot of people like this, last 10 games. Yeah, let me use that. That does not work. That is not where you're going to find all the data at. You have to run the data to not just the last 10, but the whole season, the team that he's playing. You have to be able to do that, okay? This is another thing that I want to address real quick. See this number, minus 220? So a lot of people in the comments were asking implied probability, true probability, about, well, how do I find the money line plays for that? All right? So many people love to bet money lines and stuff. So let's say, for example, Chiefs money line. I'm just making this up, all right, because it wasn't minus 200. But let's just say Chiefs money line is minus 200. Implied probability, obviously, what is that, 66%? Okay. Now, what are we doing here? They want to know what's the true probability behind this. It's nearly impossible. It's very hard to get a true probability on a money line play. Player props, you're looking at that one player, you can get a lot of data on that one player. With money line total spreads, very hard to get a true probability. Now, the reason why is because there's so many variables on a team. There's so many things that you have to pay attention to and you have to run data on. You would have to run data on every single player on the Chiefs in their position against who they're going against and against their season stats to be able to get some type of probability of if they're going to win compared to the other team, because you have to run both sides. You have to run the offense, the defense, and then on the other side you have to run the offense and the defense and check out the percentages there. That takes a lot of work. It's not impossible, but it's going to take a lot of work for you to be able to do that. You need to literally dedicate a couple hours to one game just to be able to run those probabilities for a money line play. But what people don't understand is this. Minus 200 money line and a minus 200 player prop is the same thing. It's the same thing, guys. The odds you're playing are the same. The only difference is you get to watch the game and root for a team here, and you're rooting for a player here. It's the same bet. Doesn't matter. You're betting a minus 200 money line or you're betting a minus 200 player prop. It's the same thing. There's no difference there. Like I said, the only difference is what you want to root for. And that's an amateur. That's amateur stuff. But you only want to play money lines and stuff or something like that because that's who you want to root for because it makes it more exciting. That's not what we're in this game for. We're in this game to win. We're not in this game to make things exciting. You want exciting? Go watch WWE or something like that. All right? If you want exciting entertainment, you want to be entertained. This is where you make money. Okay? So realize this, that it does not matter if you're doing a minus 200 money line or a minus 200 player prop. It's the same stuff. Same bet. Essentially the same bet. And then, like I said, this primarily will always work with player props, and it'll be easier for you with player props. With money lines for teams, it's tough. You got to run both sides. You got to do a lot of work. There's a lot of work that entails trying to come up with money line probabilities to figure that stuff out. But I'm telling you guys right now, this is the only way to win in sports betting. There is no other way. Okay? No matter what you guys see on the internet, no matter how many times people tell you, this is the way that you do it, this is the way. None of them have anything tracked. None of them have anything backed. Nobody knows anything of what they're doing. All right? Sports betting is becoming at its peak in America as all these states are getting regulated. So most of the information that's out there is going to be BS information. Okay? A lot of these people, like I said, a lot of these people come attached with an affiliate code. So you don't see me telling you to get an affiliate code. No. What you need to do is go click the link in the description if you want to learn exactly how to do this so you could beat the sports books. And like I said before, make sure you come prepared to join the team. Because if you're not prepared to join the team, I'm going to push you right aside and find the people that are prepared to join the team. Because this is serious. This is where you're going to make money. You want to make money on sports betting, you have to join my team. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no other way around it. You want to win, this is the team that you join. Now let's go ahead and jump into the bet tracker so I can show you guys exactly how I adapted all this just this year as well and see what's going on just this year. All right, so that way you guys could see exactly how all this is completely possible. All right, so let's go ahead and lock in real quick. Let me show you this year. I'm gonna zoom in and show you guys. This year so far, consistently, what are we in? A month and a half right now? 83%. All right, 83%. Being up 11.33%, which is units gained. Look at this right here. I just want to show you guys. When I was just showing you the example of the odds and how you correlate the odds and be like, oh, well, if you lose one, you got to win 3 to recoup. This is what I'm talking about here. You go on streaks of winning, and then you get one loss here, one loss here, but you're slowly gaining money as you go along. As you're riding this train, you're slowly going up the mountain, all right? Slowly grinding up the mountain. That's what it is. This is how you win, all right? And this right here is just, let me look here. Woo. This is just this year, all right? It's just this year. Like I said, I got years of stuff here, all right? I got years of stuff to show you guys exactly how I've been able to do this over years. This isn't just over this year or this couple months. It's over years. So anybody out there that tries to tell you that they know how to do it, they better come back with information to show you that they were able to do that stuff. All right? And like I said, this is data that has been backed for years. And look at the percentages and look at the odds that I'm playing here. You don't see none of those sucker odds in here. We don't see none of those sucker odds, right? We only see high probability plays. That's all we see. High probability plays with high odds winning over the long term. And like I said, people that think that's bull right there, 83%, guess what? You can't fake stuff that's time stamped. Like I said, you go in the group as well. Everything that I put in there is time stamped. So can't fake any of that stuff, guys. This is how you're going to win at sports betting. It's the only way to win at sports betting. I hate to break it to a lot of people out there that think that you're never going to win, that you're not going to make money when it comes to sports betting. I hate to tell you guys, but guess what? There is a way to do this, and I figured it out. So like I said, if you want to be a part of that, you click the link down in the description, book a call, and come ready to join the team. Because once you join the team, you're going to start winning, and you're going to be a winning sports bettor, and all your friends are going to envy you because you're always going to be winning. So as always, guys, I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, I'm out.